So the flight details in the upper right corner are some that JSnap made, which is really neat. He said that I think he made it sound like the ETA will eventually be coded. Because he said the ETA is not coded yet. So the word yet, to me, implies it will be. Can you guys hear my dogs barking in the background? Oh, that's pretty loud. Lower my volume over here. Okay. And what do we need? So everything is good down to, let's see, brakes are good. Ankle biters. That's exactly what my one dog is. You can tell by the high-pitched bark that she's definitely an ankle biter. Alright, we're looking good. There's not a lot of PilotEdge action going on right now. Actually, it's picking up a little bit. Cool. So yeah, we're doing PilotEdge flight number 6 on the list. Or 7, rather. We'll go from Grand Canyon to Lake Havasu City. 136 miles, straight line. I think the route we're following, it makes it about 181. And our true airspeed is about 160, so somewhere around an hour, you know, maybe a little more, depending on if there's a tailwind or a headwind. We're going to take off and see if we can get a left crosswind departure. If not, either way, we're going to end up trying to follow this road past Valley Airport. Pretty straightforward flight. Gonna hang a west, let's say, at Clark Memorial. Follow this highway, Ash Fork, Seligman. I guess this is Route 40. Shoot past Dunton. Should be some nice varying terrain in the area to enjoy. Past Kingman. Kingman is quite a congested area here. And then there's like a major intersection of highways, and we'll head on southerly on our way down to Lake Havasu City. So, yeah, it should be pretty cool. And we'll be dropping in elevation pretty rapidly down to 783 feet. So we might decide to descend, we might decide to stay high and enjoy the view. Oh my god, yeah, I have this one that's the yapper. She's not a yappy dog in general, she just goes ballistic. I have to get her trained. I think she's got some, you know, typical anxiety that some of them, like one of them, he's so laid back, he's just a mush. She can be that way too, but she's not. She's a fucking pain in the ass. But it's cool. They're a lot of fun when they're together. It just sucks when a new person comes to the house and I have to like calm her down and go through that whole process. So I'm not used to dealing with that. I've always, for the past 25 years, I had 2 golden retrievers, you know, one after another. They were just so laid back. Like, even though they would go ape shit, you never had to worry about them like trying to bite someone's ankle or being snippy. You know, they were just like, oh, come over here, I want to lick you to death. So let's do that. And that. Come on down here. Ground is 121.9. I think that should still be in there. Actually, I didn't really want. I wanted 119. Zero. And
R3 Echo uniform, you there?
Roger.
R3 Echo uniform for the V3. It has to start at John Wayne, so you do a Class C departure.
Alright, someone's going for their V3. Rock and roll.
Transitions, and you land at Torrance.
Roger that. All right, I'll take the special flight rules and be landing over at John Wayne.
R3 Echo uniform, rod.
Thank you.
And R3 Echo uniform, when you're ready, you can contact SoCal Approach 134.2 for that trans.
It was 121.9. Okay, we're gonna do 8,500.
Radio check loud and clear. I didn't catch who was calling, no.
Delta 3128.
Delta 3128, just be advised, you should be using your ICAO code for Delta, not DELTA. It should be Delta Alpha Lima.
Roger.
Roger. Alright, so we have frequencies are set. Let's go ahead and listen to the ATIS.
Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature to 6. Check density altitude. 2.9er. Altimeter 3026.
Contact Burbank Tower 118.7.
Visual approach runway 21, in use. Departing runway 21. Read back all runway assignments, and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have November. Canyon Tower information November. 1954 Zulu. Line 1.
Okay.
Burbank Tower, this is November 24 Bravo Lima, descending through 3,000. Requesting to land on runway 15.
Canyon 24 Bravo Lima, Burbank Tower, make straight in runway 15, clear to land, wind 160
Clear to land, runway 15, make straight in, November 24 Bravo Lima.
Windstar 524 Bravo Lima, 2 miles from Silex, flighting 040, correction 050. Maintain 3,000 until established localized clear dollars, runway 8 approach. Go ahead and start your turn.
Canyon Ground Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, looking to pick up flight following to Lake Havasu.
Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, Canyon Ground, departure frequency 124.85, squawk 6011.
One 2-4-8-5, squawk 6011, 576 Tango Bravo. We have information November and we're ready to taxi.
576 Tango Bravo, Roger, runway 21, taxi via Papa Bravo.
21 Papa Bravo, 576 Tango Bravo.
Or 5 Bravo Golf, contact SoCal approach 128.1. That was another aircraft calling, say again. Skywagon 17 Bravo Golf, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter 2989er.
Frequency was 12485.
And our 2 Bravo Charlie, SoCal approach, squawk 2750 ident.
Alright.
Alright, 282 Bravo Charlie, ready to contact 2 miles northwest of the Palm Springs VFR. Understand you going to Palm Springs Airport. Alright, 2 Bravo Charlie, parking east or west?
Papa Bravo.
Alright, 2 Bravo Charlie, roger, make straight in, runway 13 right, contact Palm Springs Tower, 119.76.
A little bit of an intersection takeoff, kind of like a kilo over at 20 left at John Wayne.
So 744, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Actually, no. Scratch that. It's not an intersection takeoff. Interesting. Ooh, I can't hear that guy at all.
He's to the north inbound, or I'm sorry, to the west inbound wind.
Yeah, that's better.
Straight inbound, runway 13 right.
Alright, so let's put this
Top 282 Charlie, Palm Springs Tower, runway 13 right, clear to land, wind 10010, gust 16.
Clear to land, 13 right, 282 Bravo Tower.
West Star 524 Bravo Lima, contact
Irving Tower,
8.7.
number 24 Bravo Lima, vacated runway 15, requesting taxi to the ramp.
24 Bravo Lima, you can taxi straight ahead to
Oh,
Millionaire.
dude, that's awesome. Did you keep the buildings the same? It's just generating them better, or did you
Cessna 65744, SoCal approach.
also turn the buildings up a little bit? That's awesome, Greg. All right, so let's just have a quick
Burbank
look at
Tower, Twin Star
our
524
chart.
Bravo Lima, ILS runway 8.
We request a left crosswind departure. Pick up this road. Hopefully we'll be able to see it okay. If I can't find it, or we don't get the crosswind, we might see these power lines follow them down.
Runway 8, clear to land.
I'll go
Clear to
from there.
land, cleared to land, runway 8, Twin Star 524 Bravo Lima.
Canyon Tower, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, ready for departure 2-1. It wasn't said very well, but
Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo Canyon Tower, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, straight out departure, wind 1403.
straight out departure 576 Tango Bravo, clear for takeoff. Alright, so that's fine. Once we get above pattern altitude, we can just make the left. So we'll make the left around 7,500 or so. Technically it's 400 AGL, but alright, here we go. Forgot to set my trim. It's alright, the nose will just be a little heavy. Is it a rate? Oops. No more usable runway there. Yeah, well, either way, if you're getting even with clear skies, more frame rate, well, it's going to be just as much of a benefit, hopefully, on cloudy skies.
Number 6 Tango Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center, we'll see.
Contacting Los Angeles Center 576 Tango Bravo. Not many people call that. In a flight operation I used to fly with. Hold on one sec. We called that on the Arrow and the Seminole. You would not call that on jet aircraft.
Jet
aircraft, positive rate gear up.
Taxi, parking, the Bravo or Delta.
But on the smaller aircraft, you're kind of making a mental note of that, so that if your engine failed just after takeoff, you have a landing gear to come down on.
And all this time I thought both of you were the same guy.
LA Center, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. What the hell's my altitude? 8,400 for 8,500.
Going to the same airport, yep.
I think this is our road out here.
Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, Los Angeles Center,
I didn't.
Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, ready to contact 3 miles south of the airport.
Roger, radar contact 576 Tango Bravo. Okay, here's our road. I'm going to verify that this is the road with this high chunk of terrain over here. Let's see if that's depicted. So we just took off. We headed for our road.
DOCOM 935, San Francisco.
I think that little divot right there is our hill. Looks like they're depicting a building, which probably won't see on this terrain, but maybe we will see in the photo texture evidence of a building. I don't see one. So
Skywagon 115 Bravo Golf, SoCal approach, overfly Chino airspace, overfly Chino airport, remain outside Chino airspace, Ontario altimeter.
yeah, I don't know, Greg, if how many people actually call that, or how many training organizations have their students do that, but ours did.
2 Bravo Charlie, taxi to parking, this frequency, how many day?
I'm going to make it a little bit more rich because we're getting a warning. So our heading is about 165.
Departure flight runway heading, radar vectors Morro Bay, then as filed.
And this is calling 173.
Expect 7,000.
So I think we're doing okay. It's got to be that road. Thinking.
0.55. Squawk 4432.
Cool. All right. Oh, you know, I got to check something.
DOCOM 935, record.
Oh, wait. Hopefully we don't catch grief for this. Okay. There we go. Actually, I'm curious. Did that just change that setting? Hold on. Oh yeah, look at that. So that knob actually physically turned this sound slider. See, so Carenado's doing it right. Their airplanes will change the settings in the sounds, but then if you switch out of their airplane or reload another one of their airplanes, it resets it. IXEG's sound settings leave it all screwed up. So I'm gonna make a little video and send that over to them. It's kind of annoying.
Cessna 5, Bravo Golf, contact
See
Ontario
that
Tower
line there?
126.
No, I don't think that's the airport, because Valley is on this side of the road. Not on that side. Oh, because there hasn't been any releases, Greg?
Ontario Tower, runway 26
I sure hope not.
Couldn't land. Wind 230 day.
Here's the airport right up there. Here's Valley.
Somebody's transmitting there, and it's extremely broken. I can't make out what you're saying there. I can't even make out the call sign. I think I heard a 4-1 Juliet from there. Extremely broken.
I have no idea how true this is, but somebody had told me that IXEG on their initial release had somebody from X-Plane working with them to help expedite a series of those fixes, and that person has since gone back over to X-Plane, so maybe their time is not available. Not sure. What would be awesome, and to make up for that big gap in time, is that their 1.808 release fixes like everything, so that their version 1.1, if they add new things, is that much better. You know, it'd be really cool though if they had that release that everything is working and now all they got to do is just add new things.
Sky Time Bravo Golf, radio check. 2 Bravo Charlie, radio check. There's Cessna 744, radio check. Parker 2 Bravo Charlie, you still with me?
Got to set my time. Let's just work that cruise checklist. Alright, should have.
Attention alert, does anybody hear static on their frequency?
5716 Tango Bravo does hear occasional static, but not continuous.
Okay, I just need a yeses. I don't need any no's. Anybody here? I think I heard a Tango Bravo and somebody else. Anybody here static on the frequency?
Tango Bravo is saying yes.
Anyone else? Anyone else?
Okay, cow flaps closed. We're really hot, so I'm not going to close them. I should say warm. Where are we? Power set. Mixture set. Let's try that.
Come 935, San Luis ground, runway 29er, taxi.
Fuel selector valve.
Via Mike Echo Alpha, cross runway 29er at Echo, and verify if you had a request. It's not like you might have said you had a request.
Yeah, agreed, Greg.
Thank you.
Alright, so we had passed Valley.
Our 576 Tango Bravo, that static button now?
It's not continuous, but I do still hear static occasionally.
Alright, I'm hearing continuous static.
Yeah, static's still there. Interesting, the windy roads and power lines shooting straight down. So our power lines have merged with our roadway. There'll be a little body of water as this road enters this intersection, excuse me, and Williams, the town of Williams down there. Just some kind of house or building down here. Let's see what might be a little body of water over there.
For 6 Tango Bravo, you're hearing that, correct?
Say again for 6 Tango Bravo.
6 Tango Bravo, you're hearing that mic, correct?
I do hear you, yeah.
The hot mic, you're hearing it, correct?
Yes.
For 6 Tango Bravo, thank you. Anybody else hearing that? Who else? Who was that? Who else was hearing it?
This little muddy lake. There's some trees surrounding it too. The good thing about that is if you wanted to go skinny dipping in that muddy lake, nobody on the road would see you. Let's see if we can see it here.
Alright, I got it, guys. Thanks.
I guess it slipped under the fuselage. Okay, so
6 Charlie Hotel, John McLaren's loud and clear.
Water, road, railroad tracks, all kind of coming together. And we have.
Under 6 Charlie Hotel, I'm not familiar with that. Is that
Actually, these were railroad tracks, not power lines.
GPS and RDSM cable.
So we got the railroad tracks, a little water.
And that would be a slant
Although we're
label.
not seeing the airport. Oh, there it is. Wrong water. There's an airport and there's some water.
SoCal approach. 134.9er.
See that out there? Right over there. Here's a whole bunch of roads coming around. The road that way. So we got the road. We'll pass the airport.
Cessna 65744 SoCal approach.
Just fly right over the airport.
Altimeter 29er, 89er, and stand intentions.
Check it out. You can see the photo texture runway and the taxiway.
System 44, have your
And then you have the
approach and
X-plane runway
intentions
and the
for Bravo.
taxiway. They're like flip-flopped. Okay, so it's a whole area.
Do you know which transition you were going to do?
I don't know what's going on over there.
Cessna 744, remain outside Bravo airspace until advised, and I'll get back to you here in just a second.
Body of water. Williams should be like right in there.
Earth 3 Echo Uniform, 303 Echo Uniform SoCal, correction, John Wayne Tower. Squawk 6340, ident.
So we're going to make this turn and follow this road.
Cessna 5 Bravo Golf, taxi to parking via Sierra, and you have a good day. See ya.
Oh yeah, no kidding, Greg. Yeah, I guess when it's standard X-plane air.
Are you heading to Lake Havasu?
Yeah, we're about to start heading westerly. We were just following some roads as VFR landmarks.
Earth 3 Echo Uniform, ready to contact 3 miles east of Queen Mary. Proceed to Mill Square
So yeah,
Park.
here is Williams.
Enter left base, runway 2. Correction, right
Williams,
base, runway
whatever.
20 right. John Wayne altimeter 2988.
Oh, here comes another law enforcement vehicle. Or whatever.
And Cessna 744. Yeah, be careful that you're about to head into the Bravo airspace. Good.
Oh yeah, so
a left turn to westerly heading there.
I guess
And Cessna 744. So you're familiar with
the
Bravo,
default
and,
airport probably just has a
transitions.
standard, you know, like those.
All right, do you have the Los Angeles TAC chart?
Those airports that don't even have any detail of custom taxiways whatsoever. It's just a single runway and a single taxiway that runs parallel, and that's it.
744.
Weather
Roger.
change.
You remember the SFRA?
That looks pretty cool right there.
Cessna 744. Roger. Flighting 250. Maintain VFR at all times, and that'll be a vector for the.
We're about 1,800 feet off the ground.
You can contact.
Yeah, I think so.
On,
I mean, I think it's just set up so that there's an airport there if there's no data about it. The runway that's in this general direction, and that's it.
250.
So now we're just going to follow the road that's going to curve up. Next airport is Seligman. So I remember actually I had done an airport. X-Plane used to come with an application called WorldMaker. It was just like I'll show you. So desktop.
So
you had like airfoil maker, plane maker, and then there was World Maker.
I'll get
looked just like that,
you know. Here in just 1 second.
But I guess with WED, I guess that's World Editor, they got rid of it. I guess it became complex enough that it needed an application all of its own. But anyway, so I had used that one time. Every airport in X-Plane, like in version 3, you couldn't edit them. I don't think you could. In version 4 or 5, they started giving you the option to do that.
And runway 24 right numbers at Los Angeles
as well as move the polygons around that would fill in the textures.
Remain outside
You
Bravo
click and
airspace
drag
by
the
Los
mesh.
Angeles Tower.
It was really weird.
The Hawthorne altimeter.
I remember spending hours and hours and hours, probably days, on the Long Island area trying to get like the coastline right, and all by eye, looking at a sectional chart, and it came out better than in stock. You know, it was kind of a fun project, even though it was very tedious. So, but yeah, the airports just had like a standard runway, and then people started submitting to. You'll see it every once in a while if you're on the list. You get an email from Robin Peel. He's been like maintaining the X-Plane airport and nav database files forever. So you would send him your updates and he would merge them in. Now I don't know where along the process if it's become more streamlined or automated or better tools to do that with. But basically the idea was that if you had made like a custom airport with all the data that was not in X-Plane, like not correct in X-Plane, or let's say you had to move the localizer because it brought you in on a slightly incorrect angle, you would submit that to him and then it would come out in the next revision of the airport data and nav data. Ooh, wow, look at that. Lightning bolts. Oh boy. What the hell? I wasn't expecting any of that. Okay, hold on. That was pretty cool. Let's turn on the weather radar. Oh shit. Oh boy.
You're leaving the network?
We might be seeing this cell or that cell.
Oh, okay, yeah. You just need permission to pause. You don't know what's going on around you traffic-wise. You have the Los Angeles airport there up your...
No, I'm VFR.
All right, if you get down to 200, I'll get you over to Los Angeles Tower.
This is a classic example of why pilots have to use... So you got your METARs, which are surface observations, which... Oh, we have this. That is saying... Overcast at 5,000. Boy.
And Baron 3 uniform, just let me know. You take a look around.
And that's VFR.
We'll
Clear. Thunderstorms in the vicinity. VCTS. Oh boy. Okay, let's get back in the view here. Let's see how this weather redraws for us. So anyway, what would be amazing is there's a thing called an area forecast. I don't know. Hey, Hangar 52, how's it going? So, not sure.
So 744
Yeah, you guys might know about it, you might not. But
119,
area forecast is giving you.
19,
You got your METAR that gives you like the local current conditions within 1 hour.
Delta 3128, Los Angeles clearance, clear Las
At
Vegas
the
Airport, Loop 7,
airport that you're
departure,
looking at.
transition,
Then you got your
climb
terminal
via
aerodrome
66,
forecast, your
5,000.
TAFs,
Expect flight
and
level
then they're going to give you like
27,
a
0 minutes
24
after
or 36 hour
departure,
forecast
frequency
at certain
125.2,
airports.
squawk
Not all of
64,
them have them.
14, hold your readback.
And that's guaranteed or projected within 5 miles of the airport. And then you have the area forecast, which is like basically everything in between. So you can look up like, okay, how's it going to be in this region? And we didn't look at that. So that's the problem. When you have this,
very important that you have your
when you based your weather, like, okay, it's VFR here, and it's VFR here, no problem. And you haven't looked at an updated weather situation, this is what you're thinking. Where in reality, it could be fine there, it could be fine at your location, and you might have these in between. So
don't worry about it now. You're leaving the Bravo airspace already. You have Santa Monica off your left about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
and what would be awesome is if one day in the future, if X-Plane not only reading the METARs, what they really should do is read METARs and area forecasts. If they could somehow get some sort of a, I don't know what other kind of data is available. I'm sure there's even better data than an area forecast, but it would be really cool if it could read all that. What would be really cool is if it could just read this. It's picking up the radar, it's interpreting these color codings, and it's making that happen in X-Plane precisely. But maybe that'll be X-Plane 11.6.
It's reported clear at the airport. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Yeah.
Journey 65744, Santa Monica Tower. What are your intentions? Center 744, I can't give you vectors, but northbound transition is approved. The Van Nuys Airport's just about 10 miles north of 10 miles north of here. So you transition to the north is approved. Squawk VFR. Delta 3128, I did. One more second. Number 3 Echo Uniform, you're almost right over the airport. Is it clearing up? Echo Uniform. Delta 3128, go ahead with your readback.
No, didn't change a thing. It must have read another weather report as we were getting close to it, unfortunately. That looked pretty cool. I was looking forward to that.
Delta 3128, readback, just verify your initial altitude, climb via city, exit, maintain 5,000. That's correct. Alright, 7 Foxtrot departure frequency 134.9 or squawk 3016, say direction of departure.
There you go.
Verify direction of departure.
Now, what's supposed to improve on that? Is it really the real weather connector that would be more improved? Can you just run that without the other SkyMax stuff, or you have to have the whole thing together?
Alright, number 8 7 Foxtrot.
Like, I understand, I guess you could do SkyMax Pro without the connector, but can you do the connector without SkyMax Pro?
Alright, 7 Foxtrot, which transition are you looking for? Alright, to get through the bubble, you need a Bravo transition here in LA. You can't just fly through at any weird angle. So there are published transitions on the Los Angeles TAC. Take a look at that. I think there's 5 of them. And let me know which one you want there.
Never change weather while flying. Yeah, but then you would never change...
So 744 exchange approves, yep.
Okay. Like, you'd want it to change while you're flying if the weather was updated. You know, it's interesting, years ago, they had a setting with X-Plane where you would to download real weather and you could set that like every 15 minutes, every 5 minutes, excuse me. Ugh. And then you could have it scan real weather every whatever minutes you wanted. Somewhere they got rid of that. But I'm guessing maybe it doesn't really matter to download it every 15 minutes if those text files are only updated every hour, I believe. So we have some populated area over here.
That's correct.
Oh, gotta change my fuel. Let's get rid of that for now.
So Cherry 69744.
I think we're like well past this.
Enter right downwind, runway 26
Actually,
right.
maybe we aren't. I mean, everything's kind of coming together over here. Oh yeah, there it is. There's Spiegelman or whatever. Seligman. Hold on. Set our weather, fuel rather, route. Okay, so there's the runway. The runway is actually pretty close in this case, but still not perfect. Runway, runway. Taxiway, taxiway. No ramp, not custom.
Skywagon
In this case, the custom. In this case, the standard taxiway almost lined up with the real life deal.
175 Bravo Golf. Thank you. On departure, fly heading 060, maintain VFR at or below 3,000.
So we're heading off that away.
5.4, squawk 1425.
It's an option to use the connector with stock clouds.
5 Bravo Golf, feedback car.
Oh, here we go. Oh boy. We're breaking FARs. In new areas that you fly into. So then, I wonder how they define an area. Like at one point, it has to load, you know? I wonder what the processing power is to contain that kind of data. Like, let's say you said, let's say X-Plane had a setting where you could, like, X-Plane's come a long way in that their weather can have clouds in one area and no clouds in another area. That used to never be the case. It was always a uniform split of weather. Like if you had partly cloudy, it was all over the place until you changed it. So that was even more dramatic when it would go from cloudy to clear, based on a weather, based on an airport's information being scanned in. But now you have it where there could be certain regions with clouds. But I wonder how much power it would take to, let's say, scan in, or if you could define it, let's say, scan in the next 20 square degrees of area, however you define it, you know? I wonder how long that would take to load all that information, including this, along with the scenery, and then to sort of calculate where it is in relation to where you are moving.
Skywagon 1
and present it to you.
Runway 26 left, taxi via Sierra Whiskey.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. This is Google scenery. I wonder what these plants are called, these like desert bushes. Oh yeah.
Center 65744, runway 16 right, clear to land, wind 1407.
Desert scrub. Aloe vera.
Center 644, you're on the wrong round with the wrong runway. Runway 16 right is parallel to you on the same heading, so you'll have to turn right, cross midfield there to join the right downwind for runway 16 right. Right downwind means you'll make right turns to get to the runway, so the airport will be on your right when you're at midfield.
I can't remember, Greg, you said that you made that?
A right turn to final here.
Or is that an X-plane
you're
plan?
Just not crossing there, the 3-4s, 16s are on the other side.
Or had you put that in because it looked real enough for what it needed to be?
Or 744, that's correct, and you are clear to land. And 3 Echo Uniform contact, SoCal approach 135.4.
Yeah, for sure. I see some more emergency vehicle flashing in the distance. I'm obsessing over those now. Now I have to get rid of them.
Right, 303 Echo Uniform SoCal approach Ontario, altimeter 2987.
What the hell's that noise? Yeah. Alright, so let's see where we are. So the next turn will be pretty obvious because it's going to be, I guess, past the city of Kingman. Have you guys ever had a bird strike? I had a bird strike in the 732 flying out of LaGuardia or JFK on a group flight. I cheated. I reset the emergencies because the airplane was actually still flying, but there was smoke coming out of it, and but man, it was pretty violent. It was pretty impressive. Just like a big repeated amount of bangs all together, and I was like, holy cow. Although it happened at 13,000 feet, I don't know how high those things go. Sully, it happened at right around 2,600 feet. Speaking of which, that movie's out in another 8 days.
Takeoff 12609er.
9 days, I guess. September 9th, I believe. Okay. So here's this airport. Look at that, it lined up perfectly.
Very loud, clear.
The width is wrong. Based on the texture, the texture looks wider. Or maybe it's a little off. You know, Greg, you mentioned about with new updates, some of your airports, like certain alignment issues happening. I'm wondering if that's what's happening. Is that when you make the modifications of the airport and you're moving things, I guess, so they fit in the photo area. But if I'm correct on thinking about that way, if that's what you're doing, then is when a new version comes out with a new airport data file, is it sort of reloading your old information or overriding the information you made? You know, at first I was like, how are they going to make a movie about that? I mean, the guy landed in the Hudson. But it does look interesting. I saw a couple of previews, and whenever I see a preview that makes me think, like, all right, I want to see that, I start to ignore them as quickly as possible. But, so the limited ones that I did see, it's like, it talks about what happened after. It's kind of like the untold story type thing, you know? I think they're questioning whether or not he could have made it back to the airport, things like that. So it looks interesting. Okay, Greg, I see. So, yeah, now I think I remember that. So, yeah, certain scenery packs now come with custom airport data files, right?
Go, SoCal, departure cancel, altitude restriction, resume my navigation.
Alright, so we got to be careful here because there's some terrain and it's rising up and we're holding altitude. So we'll stay a little to the left and follow the road here.
Centurion 744, no problem. And just in the future, flying, you want to try to have some charts. I'd recommend flying off the charts until you get used to it, so you can see all the air faces.
Look at that, we got that dude. He's trying to catch up to these guys. He's like, wait for me! Give me a chocolate crawler. Oops, did I say that out loud? Oh man. Yeah. Nah. It would be a shock to see Tom Hanks in that kind of a role, right? I tell you though, that girl that was in that movie, that flight attendant, was so freaking hot. I mean, her, talk about a perfect body, man. Can't take that phone call right now. Oh yeah, the movie was what was the name of that movie? What was the name of that? I don't remember at the moment. Flight. You're right. It was Flight. Straightforward. Keep it simple. I mean, the movie was really more about a movie about drug addiction, substance addiction, than it was about flying, even though it had a pretty crazy, cool flying scene in the beginning. So we passed Dunton. At least you admitted it. You know, thinking about that, I would not have gotten that. I would not have guessed that. It would have been like after dinner and it would have hit me. Oh yeah, it was called Flight. So I wonder how long it'll take until... I wonder if Reality Expansion Pack, SimCoders, is the Baron officially the next airplane they're doing? The BE-58? The B-58? I am looking forward to that, although I gotta say I like this panel better. To me, it's just more entertaining to look at. But the B-58 is a really nice twin engine. I did like almost all of my I ratings in that airplane, and my V ratings. Did my V ratings and my I ratings, with the exception of the 732 on the SIDS and Stars one. And this airplane I did I-10 and 11. Okay, mountain off to the left. Road going off to the right. Okay. Road's pretty straight here. Mountain off to the left. If we're here, mountain, yes, mountain. Airport off to the right, maybe. So. Not just yet. Well, out of nowhere, I have a yawning fit going on here. It's a good thing I'm not Nadine Velasquez. Ooh, boy. Let me copy paste that name into a new tab. Because that should provide for some browsing material later on. Okay, hold on. Check that out. body. Alright, how we doing over here? Back to the flight. Okay, here's the airport. Right, confirm that. This visibility sucks. Kingman. It's got like a L shape, little support bracket in there. Look to it, you know. L shape, runway going diagonally across. I guess it's a taxiway. We got X-plane roads versus real roads. Let's see. Okay, so passing the airport, we're gonna see this road. We could just make a left and start following. Okay. Oh, time to change the fuel. Yeah, there's the airport. There's the road running diagonally along near the airport. Going that way. Yeah, we're gonna follow the road like that. Let's kind of see it going that way. So I think that's where we're going. Excel Gaming, how's it going, man? We're cruising along here in our single engine Bonanza.
Brett 3, green unit on contact, Los Angeles Center 126.35.
It's quite quiet right now. I think we're doing this right. Got some sort of a running track, football, soccer field, a couple of baseball fields out here. Oh, cool. Have you flown it yet, Excel Gaming, or I mean, maybe you've sort of buzzed around in it, but did you like try the demo for a while and then buy it, or you just picked it up?
Left me.
There's some videos out there that will help you learn like what all the different settings are and stuff. So on YouTube, that are worth checking out. I wonder what this is. Oh, that's cool, Greg. I haven't really noticed yet.
San Francisco clearance, clear to Los Angeles Airport, stick 3 departure, bay transition and as followed. Climb via SID, squawk 6754.
Alright, cool, gaming. There's a user out there that goes by the name of Cat Strader. If you search, he has a YouTube channel. Cat, like the animal, Strader. It's like instead of Cat Strader, you know. But he has like a welcome to X-Plane video, and I think he goes through like all of the different settings, you know, what they mean and how to fly in the sim and all that. Keep in mind when you're using it, you're going to be flying over stock X-Plane scenery, whereas this is like photo scenery. So it's like a whole other little project. It's not really complicated. There's two programs. G2XPL is a simpler one. That's what I use to get this really nice looking scenery. But thank you, Greg.
United 257, if you go to my flight route.
So if you're flying around in stock airplane, stock scenery, don't be disappointed that you're not seeing what you're seeing here. But know that it is available to you once you get, you know, better versed in the sim.
And what they're currently running on our side.
Yep. Yeah, so he's got some good stuff. Cool, so it looks like Greg gave you the link to his channel, and maybe Rob gave you the direct link to that specific video, so check this out.
We're giving. So if you go to myflyroute.com, you can pick that up. You can also pick up tech routes and everything else.
Thing. And then you get this green pond. It just makes you think like, man, what is in there? Would you want to swim in it? Probably not. So Excel Gaming, this scenery you're seeing here basically is made with a tool that is donationware. You can download, well, I don't even think you can do that anymore. You basically, apparently if you send the guy $1, he'll send you the full version. It's like a donation, but you know, I sent the guy more than that because I built hell of a lot more than the few dollars of scenery that I paid for. So G2XPL. I think Ortho 4XP is actually free. The setup is apparently more complicated, but doable because a lot more people are getting into that application as well. What kind of computer are you running it on, by the way, Excel? Oh boy, getting a little bit cloudy here. Okay, so now we're heading down this way, and we need some landmarks. So we're flying over the plant right now. That's what we just saw. That's what I'm claiming. And then the next thing after the plant, I guess, is going to be the station. And then the pumping station. That doesn't really tell me squat. So, some kind of a proving ground over here. Maybe a circular road. And then, if we should start to see the road curve very dramatically to the right from basically going south to west. If we cross the river, we know we went too far. We could just fly down the river and fly right over to Lake Havasu. Okay, here it is. So, if you look off to the right, there's high elevation. and then this racetrack looking thing. So we have the higher elevation here, kind of dropping down over there. And then we have what they're calling a proving ground, which is this big, giant, circular thing. And whatever else they have in the middle there. So that has got to be the proving ground. So, after the proving ground, the road, Route 40, goes off to west, which it is. There it goes. Woo, going that way. And then our airport is going to be somewhere down that way. Chrysler, Arizona Proving Grounds. Interesting.
That's step 3, Zulu, go ahead.
So we're going to start getting down now, because we're only 15 miles from the airport, and we're way up. We got to get down to, let's call it 1,800, about 2,000 feet.
Step 3, Zulu, go to Imperial Airport. On departure flight heading 175, radar vectors Victor 23, then as filed. Maintain 5,000, expect 9,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk.
Let's do it.
1542.
About 500 feet per minute for now. And we'll pull that power back some. That's really interesting. Huh?
Just 3 Yankee Zulu, read back correct. Bonanza 6 Tango Bravo, contact Los Angeles Center 134.65. See ya.
134.65. Philip Law, thanks for the follow, buddy. 134.65, 576 Tango Bravo. Now, before we get too low to sea, you can see the river and this mountain range. So we're going to, follow this. And then we could cut across to that river we want. But before we do that, let's go to 134.65. I think it was still LA Center. Los Angeles Center, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, 7,800, descending to 2,000.
Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, Los Angeles Center, Havasu altimeter 2977.
2977, 576 Tango Bravo. Alright, so that's going to change the altitude readout.
Contact Los Angeles Center 134.85. Correction, 134.65.
In our favor.
Skycatcher 5 Bravo Golf, contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Oh yeah, photo. It's the only way to go.
So step 3 Yankee Zulu around squawk altitude.
Pretty cool view, right? Slightly different effect. Don't use that very much. That's shift 1.
Bravo Golf, Los Angeles Center, Daggett altimeter 2985. Bear 303,
Alright,
Uniform,
so,
Los Angeles Center, Daggett altimeter 2985.
We're making this turn. It looks like there's a road that's coming off of here,
Step 3
heading down toward the
runway
airport.
20 left at Kilo.
And that's the nice thing about driving over the
Charlie
desert. You
Kilo.
can see those roads pretty well. Well, in X-plane because the actual paved roads is very obvious over the sand textures. However, the real life roads might blend in very well with that. But I think that's this road. We could follow that, but we're so high up, it might be in our best interest to continue on for a little bit. Let's have a look. I could just increase the descent rate. By the time we get here, we'll go that way. Let's call this about there. Let's put this here. And that is 10 miles. By the time I get there, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. If I'm down to 4,000 feet, I just might do it. We should get the weather information if we can. 190 with 9 gusting to 15 is there. There is no ATIS there. And we're still up at 6,000. I mean, that's probably the airport out here, this dark patch.
Surf 9K, JK, I'm landing ground, runway 19 taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Now, this is a non-towered airport, right? Yeah, so there's no tower to worry about it. CTAF is 122.7. KCMA. Okay. Let's see if we can pick up an ATIS or an AWAS out of there. 119.025. 119.025.
Lake Havasu City.
Oh, nice.
Wind shear alert.
29880.
170 at 9 variable 140 to 200 gust 17. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 39.
Alright, so
2.12. Altimeter 2980.
Well, they do have a runway 14. It's right pattern traffic, so we want to follow that. What are we at? We're at 1,000. We'll just take the river. It'll give us some more time to get down. I would imagine he might give us a position report in a minute because he probably sees that we're flying in a heading that's going to take us past the airport.
Turn 0 confirm. Roger.
Let's do one of these.
So that's the 73 include runway tower, runway 20 left deck, kilo, clip takeoff, wind 190 at 11.
Hey, somebody put a couple buildings over there for us. That's good. That always looks funny. You know what's funny is when you're in this view and then you hit C. It's like somebody just blasted you right at the back of the airplane.
Says 5 Bravo Golf. No traffic observed. Radar service termination. Long Park for exchange approved. Have a good landing and good day. We'll see you.
Oh, you don't even see what happens there. It's too fast. Alright, so we're going to turn down this river. After flying down Grand Canyon yesterday, I had enough river flying. The passengers are very appreciative that we took the longer route because we did a nice 500-foot permit descent.
Golf. It's good practice, but nobody heard you. You're still in my frequency.
We're going to take us down to 1800.
And no problem.
It's traffic pattern altitude. Wow, look at
Bonanza
that.
6 Tango Bravo. No traffic observed in the vicinity. Radar service terminated. Squawk VFR for exchange approved. Have a good one.
Roger, frequency change approved. Squawk VFR 576 Tango Bravo, thank you. Let's get that turn in there first.
257. You need to call ground, and you only need to call ground if you need to push back onto an active taxiway. You don't need to call for push clearance if you're not pushing on a taxiway.
Family friend is in the other part of the house, and my dog's going ape shit.
Yeah,
happy.
all our policies are real world, so if it's not on an active moving area, you don't need to call.
Alright, cool. 1200. There's our airport of interest. Alright,
United
guys, we're gonna have to
257,
start
that's correct.
blowing our ears a little bit because I want to increase our descent rate some.
So that's 3 Yankee Zulu, contact departure, see ya.
So in turbulence, it can be tough for scroll wheel support to work because if you have it like that, it can bounce up and down on you, going like on and off. So what I find is if you put the mouse on the left or right side of the knob, then the click spot sort of, the edge of the click spot sort of stays under the mouse with more turbulence, and you're more likely to get what you need. Little pro tip for you guys.
9K2 JM El Monte Tower, close traffic appropriate permit down each time, runway 19 clear for takeoff.
What's that airport off to the right? Let's just make sure we're going to the correct one. Yes. Sheme, very, very valley.
9K2
It's off to the right of the
JM,
river. Lake Havasu's up to the left.
correct, runway 19 is
So
right
we don't want to
traffic.
go to Shemevedabeda, just over there. We don't like Havasu. Anyway, let's get the autopilot off. Good frequencies. Whoa, whoa. What a pain in the ass. That was super pitch sensitivity when I come off of autopilot every single time. Some weird X-plane thing. Okay, let's pull those gears down. I have to slow down. We're below 154. Like Havasu track, man. It's 576 Tango Brown winning a right crosswind, right base rather, if we're runway 14. Not looking pretty, but dinner's about to be served. Gotta love the drag this thing can put out. We can have some traffic. It has a 576 Tango Bravo, final 14. Oh, no kidding, ridiculous. Thanks, I didn't even realize that. Nice. Can't get to. Wow, this is like a serious crosswind going on. Holy crap, hold it. Alright, we're gonna try and do our crosswind landing technique. Ready? That right gear down first since the wind's coming off from the right side. Ooh, that was a little bouncy bounce. Stand by. Sorry about that. All right, cool. So let's check out what they have over here. Ooh, still warning horn. Shemmy whatever traffic. That's the way I should say it. Shemmy whatever traffic. You ever use like dictionary.com, the pronunciation tool? It's kind of cool. Although I always wonder, like, well, how accurate could it be? I guess the true test would be to take one of those words that they use in the spelling bees that you'll see on ESPN every once in a while. Plug that in there. Check it out. Is this a glass air? Look at that thing. Nice. Look at that thing. Pusher prop action. Canard. Don't see these around too often. It's not a glass air. What is that called? I always forget. Maybe it is. Very cool. Look at those wheels. That is one funky looking trailer, guys. That's like, that was the transition between the land speeder that Luke used and still needing wheels. So, they weren't quite there yet. They got some of the levitation to work, but not quite. Alright. Anyway, let's, I don't think I put my flaps up. Got that. Some after landing checklist action. One of these days my flight will do every item in the appropriate points. Oh man, never even worked my lights. Terrible. Alright, so we'll do electric, idle, that, and that. That's awesome. That's funny. Let's go ahead and get off of PilotEdge.
Disconnected.
And then let's go ahead and put in the completed flight. So that might be, let's go submit the flight. And then we're going to go to, where am I? I should bookmark myself on here, not the home page. So let's go to pilot search. I forgot my pilot ID, so there we go. And we go here. So here was the path we took. This was the straight line. Followed our roads right over there. 137 nautical miles. Oh, that's straight line. But it's kind of cool. It gives you like some of the details about what you did. Departed, arrived. I wonder if departed though is really like when we started moving, or if it's when like we logged into the system. I have to test that out sometime. Copy. Paste. There we go. Flight 7 completed. Want to see a replay real quick? This was a little bouncy bounce on the final approach. Somewhere in there, right? You could see the, well, let's watch that from outside, from behind. I was trying to apply, like, right, left rudder and right aileron to stay on the center line. So we'll get the right wheel down first. Or left rudder, I guess it was. Anyway, interesting. Alright guys, I'm going to jump off for now, and I'll be on later. I'm going to fly later, I think. Whether or not I stream or not, I don't know. It depends on who else is streaming. So, I'll see you guys either in the other streams, or in mine, or in yours. Let's see who else is flying now. Give them a host. Is anybody flying? 3 people. Sorcerer, Dave, Chevy, or Chevy's broadcasting the FS Labs Airbus, which was apparently talked about and is expensive, so we'll give him a host. Here we go.